everyone loves living in Phoenix, Arizona, but we do have more people moving here than leaving, which is why we also have a housing shortage. But the question is it right for you? I'm going to break it down in all these little tiny areas right after this. Don't go anywhere because I'm going to cover some stuff you probably haven't heard before. The number one thing I want you to take away from this video is where you choose to call home in 100% correlation with how much you're going to like or dislike living in the Phoenix area. I cannot say it enough. Most people have already started to kind of look online and check out the homes they like the best. And typically what happens is you go out further and further and further because you're looking at newer, nicer, and cheaper. And that's normal. But remember, it's a different lifestyle, a different experience, different commute time, stress added to your life. There's so many other things that go in with where you select to buy a home. Now, there are some people that are wanting to live inside town and they still are kind of on that budget conscious thought process and they wind up picking a completely bad area. That's all I can say. You can pick some of the absolute best areas like Arcadia, Biltmore area, and you absolutely love it. And you think you're only a couple miles away from the center of it all. And you don't realize that is not a very safe area, or it's really not a very up and coming area. Look, you're going to find realtors that are just going to be yes people, where I'm going to tell you exactly what it's like. I'm telling you, this girl has no filter. And if you're looking to rent, let me tell you, you don't want to skimp because the cheaper the rent, the higher the risk area. That's all I really want to say. Where is more important than what you get, whether you're by yourself, you're married, or coming out with your family, whatever it is. Location should be your number one you want to identify. And if you really don't know, I just had someone call me today. They are going to be working in downtown Tempe at State Farm. And you know what? That's smack dab in the middle of the city. So they can go anywhere, honestly, in the entire greater Phoenix area and have a 20-30 minute commute. But what is in each direction is hugely different. So you got to pick up that phone and we got to have a one-on-one conversation about what it's like to live in each of the areas. And there's a lot of stereotyping of like even Mesa. People are like, oh, Mesa's just terrible. And then they see what other parts of Mesa has to offer. Same thing with Scottsdale. Everybody thinks all the Scottsdale homes are up against a beautiful mountain and have these amazing outdoor backyards. And then they try and, go to the lower price. And then they're like, where's the mountain views? It's like, you really got to know the pockets. And that's why I'm here to answer those questions. So you got to give us a call because I'm going to show you around to all the secret little hidden spots. Because I'm telling you, I love living in Arizona. It's not for everyone. I'm going to admit that. Someone actually said they should tell people how hot the summers are here. I'm like, what rock have you been living under? Like, yeah, it's the center of the earth. And especially July of 2023, it's going to be one for the records. But let me tell you, anything over 105, this girl still like works, plays, and does everything normal. It's just a way of life. All right, let's talk about cost of living. Cost of living has completely changed, but it definitely plays into, again, what it's like to live here and enjoy the greater Phoenix area. If you are someone that is coming from a larger city like San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle, even Dallas, you're going to find that the cost of living here is actually less expensive. Everything from sales tax to income tax to property taxes. But if you'll notice, most of those that I'm talking about really affect home buyers and not home renters. So renters might not feel the same way about cost of living if you're moving even from somewhere like Seattle. Seattle is more expensive, but if you're living on a budget, you actually probably could stretch things a little farther in the Seattle area than in Phoenix. I'm being honest with you. We do not have much of a public transportation system. So if your lifestyle is reliant on public transportation, you're right, Phoenix might not be for you. Employment is a really big thing here. If you're coming from somewhere bigger, Let's say San Jose, California. Let's talk about Atlanta, Georgia, even Houston, Texas. If you're coming from those places, you're going to find a lot of diversified employment, but maybe not the long list. And choosing a place to live, you definitely want to find a place that is going to provide a steady income for you, not only for today, but in the future. If anything were to happen, you want to make sure that you have that livability sustained here and you wouldn't have to necessarily move. Although I have to tell you, big companies poach from Arizona because we have an amazing talent pool and we have thousands of jobs that are coming here in the technology and renewable energy. Right off the top of my head, all over north, south, east, and west valleys. I'm telling you, job opportunities are skyrocketing in the greater Phoenix area. If you are an entrepreneur and you have a small business and you're looking for an area that is just going to be growing and expanding, this is an area you're going to want to definitely look at, and look at some of those more remote areas as we continue to have this massive urban sprawl. Our city is not like the large metropolitan areas that you are so used to. It's not one downtown. We have many downtowns in the greater Phoenix area. Definitely everybody thinks Phoenix is like the hub. It's not. There's not a lot going on. I'm not saying nothing. It's just not the main part. The main part of the greater Phoenix area, believe it or not, is downtown Scottsdale, called Old Town. Old Town is the destination for bridal showers, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, girls getaway. How about just a weekend of spa, guys golf trip? I could go on, depending on the time of the year. Golf events. We have the world's largest party on grass is here in the greater Phoenix area. We are a very large tourist destination. So that's another thing. If you want to live in a quiet area, you're not going to want to live near Old Town or in that general area, because there is nothing but Airbnbs on every single street. I'll tell you, people that live in the older part of Scottsdale, it's an ongoing problem. And again, if that's something that's important to you to not be by, you got to give us a call, because we'll show you the maps. We'll show you where the short-term rentals are so that you can try and stay away from them. Safety is a big thing. As we grow to be a larger city, and we will have over 1 million people will be moving here in the next 10 years. That's the projection. And as we have more and more people, and they are really with the new building permit requirements that they just passed about a month ago because of the drought, we're going to have more people moving in the inside of our city. So watching the crime rate, safety, violent crime, property crime, you're going to want to pay very close attention to that. And one way you can do is give us a call. We can talk about it, pull up the maps, and show you some different ways to look at, see where the safer areas are. And also those seem to correlate where the good schools are. If you're thinking about bringing your family out here, I'll tell you, there's a mixture of feelings. Some people love the idea that their kids can play outside 9-10 months out of the year, and they just are basically stuck in the house for the most part in the summertime, which is really short because school starts in July here. Middle, end of July. But they forget that if they were back home, wherever that might be, they would be stuck in basements for probably 3 to 6 months. So there's a little bit of that, I don't know, claustrophobic feeling in the July, August timeframe. So you have to be creative with your family. And that's one of the things I love too. I love staying in contact with our clients that have bought from us year over year. And we make recommendations on a monthly basis on hot spots to check out in the greater Phoenix area. And especially for kids. There's so many indoor playgrounds, retreats, weekend getaways, staycations, museums, activities. It is endless. Not to mention, people don't realize how central Phoenix is. I shouldn't say central, but easy access to the rest of, honestly, the world. They are talking about a direct flight from Phoenix to London here soon. We don't have it yet, but this girl right here is going directly from Phoenix to Hawaii. You can go Phoenix to New York, Phoenix to Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, Atlanta. You can fly just about anywhere in the US direct from Phoenix. People don't realize that. And you can drive to the mountains in an hour. Like, it's unbelievable. There's more waterfalls and lakes. And this girl is going paddleboarding tomorrow. When it's 112 degrees right now. It's going to be about the same tomorrow. We're going to go late afternoon. We're going to hit the sunset, and it's going to be gorgeous. That water's going to feel spectacular and I'll just be wearing lots of sunscreen, which also kind of brings me up to the next thing: nightlife, culture, events, entertainment, dining, shopping. Let me tell you, you're never going to get bored in the greater Phoenix area. And I don't care what time, what temperature it is. Last weekend, I popped on out to California Beach and I took my dog to San Diego. It was dirty and smelly, but I still got to go to the beach and it was much cooler weather, right? And then tomorrow I'm doing the Salt River. And then next weekend, I'm going to be going up north by Flagstaff where it's like 20, 30 degrees cooler. I'm telling you, there's no stopping here. Whether you like indoor stuff, there is so much indoor stuff. Oh my gosh. There is plays and theater and there's fundraisers and events and movies. There's indoor pickleball. You can do indoor pickleball here. So let me tell you, even if you're in the Midwest right now with your heat index, it's 110 degrees and you're not playing pickleball either. But we are indoors and there's indoor volleyball. There's absolutely everything. Let me tell you, living in the desert, we don't just wait for the summer to come and then just sit here and twiddle our thumbs. We make sure that our life is full of activities, fun, and just, I'm telling you, Arizona, I love it. And it's a healthy living environment. Everyone is very conscious on what they eat. They take care of themselves. The people you meet are so nice, social. There are so many groups that you can join here. Everything from meetups to next doors and other kind of organizations, all kinds of hobbies, whether it's rock climbing and hiking or painting or wine tasting or wine country or off-roading, or I'm telling you, it just goes on and on. You will never get bored in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, guys, I can't wait to hear from you. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about, is Phoenix right for you? I cannot wait to hear from you. Please subscribe. If you like this video, please comment below and share with your friends. All right, guys, until next time, we'll see y'all soon. Be safe and take care. Bye.